Definitely, sir. Sir, I would like to add something before you start. Sir, we, in the steel industry, you being an ex-steel secretary, we all look you as not just a mentor, but as a guardian who can take us through now, sir.
Namaskar, eminent members on the panel, and ladies and gentlemen. Kamalji. This is a very, very important subject about which I have been asked to contribute in this event. What do we need to do in future about this sector of which all of us are part of? We'll start with the scenario we are right in. In our country, we are growing at the pace of 8.2%. Last year, it was a growth of GDP figure. And according to very, very reliable sources which have conveyed publicly that we are on the path of developing at 7% over next 20 years. Our Honorable Prime Minister has already, all of us know it that by 2047 we have to become Viksit. It means $30 trillion economy. And at this pace, what is happening right now, and we would be adding $1 trillion every 1.5 years. That's the kind of scenario we are in. And how this growth is coming, that's the most challenging part. Advanced economies are going at the rate of around 1%. And the forecast is that they would be not beyond 2% in time to come. So it means what? It means not much prospects for trade, external trade. Because you see all over the world, all the Southeast Asian economies, China and so on, they developed in a scenario when export was driving economy. And now world is becoming insular. There are barriers all over. And we are the only market in the world which is growing, because our growth comes from consumption. Since I'm among steel fraternity, I would say that last year our consumption grew by 14%. Out of 140 million tons which we produced, I'm talking about the crude steel, we consumed 136 million tons. And that's the kind of trajectory. But it also gives us an indicator that we need to keep protecting our market at whatever cost. And we have seen of late that because of the kind of absorption capacity Indian market has, steel from all over the world is entering our market. You would know it better. A couple of days back, I was holding discussion with Ministry of Steel officials. So I was of the opinion, why not we think in terms of some trade measures about such kind of, I'll say, incoming steel from other nations. So their dilemma is that one group says impose trade restrictions, trade barriers, trade measures. The other group among the steel fraternity says don't do it. So we have to really, but what we have to be very, very conscious of it, that what is more important for us, keep on protecting our market or availability of such kind of raw material for our industry which has been artificially deflated. So this is what is this, one of the aspects which is. So this is the kind of scenario we are in. And future, the biggest challenge in future is going to be sustainability. And a lot of steel fraternity friends met me when the CBAM came into being. And it's going to go full hog in 2026 January. So by then, a lot of action, baseline studies, baseline data collection, and so on needs to be done. So they were quite, I'll say, puzzled because of the kind of conditionalities which have been laid down by CBAM. I mean, it is definitely a very, very complicated, and even I doubt if the people who have framed it, they have understanding of that how it is going to be implemented. But why I am talking about CBAM? Because in time to come, such kind of measures are going to be in place all over. Because climate change is for real now. We have seen this year. Delhi witnessed temperature of 52 degrees centigrade. In Delhi, we had, since I live in Delhi, that's why I'm talking about Delhi, I'm not talking about Bombay. So Delhi also had the highest rainfall in a day in the month of June. We read in newspapers what happened in Saudi Arabia during Hajj. 1,300 people died because of intense heat. So that's the kind of thing. And another challenge is, where there used to be droughts, now floods are happening. Where there used to be floods, now droughts are happening. We in India are dependent on monsoon, and monsoon cycle might also get a beating because of climate change vagaries. And so what I'm hinting at is, at any cost, for our own survival, I'm talking humanity, we need to really be conscious of the measures to be taken in medium term and long term, starting with the short term, regarding decarbonization. Because decarbonization, how this has happened, I'll just give you another figure. A threshold of 1.5 degrees centigrade of temperature rise was laid down by all the eminent environment bodies. So from the pre-industrial area, this 1.5 degrees centigrade rise is sustainable, can be tolerated by human beings, can be tolerated by our planet. And till now, we have already increased the temperature by 1.2 degrees. If things go on unabated, by the end of this century, temperature would rise by 2.5 degrees centigrade. Meaning what? This is the havoc which is being played by 1.2 degrees. If it becomes double that, what is going to happen? So in steel sector, decarbonization measures are very, very important. There are other challenges like technology. And I'll say that steel and the metal sector are those sectors where the absorption of high tech and technology is not of the tune which is there in more advanced sectors. So that is another area. Raw material availability, that is putting a very, very big challenge for us. Since here we have induction furnace friends and electric arc furnace, those who make steel through electric arc furnace, so the raw material quality becomes very important. Scrap is not available, quality of iron ore is going down. 60% of the iron ore produced in our mines is fines. That's the kind of scenario. So there is need for taking measures to improve that in the terms of beneficiation and so on. So most important thing when I'm talking about number one, because I'm not going to spell out everything, I'll leave several of these things for the eminent panelists. So most important thing for the steel sector to embark on sustainability, most important aspect is that investment has to be made, and for that, money is required. So from where it is going to come, from where the R&D money is going to come. So that's why this sector needs to grow at least at this pace, if not more, at which it is growing right now. So with these few words, I'll take my seat. Thank you very much.